Hi everyone and welcome back to Leighton Vans. Now, we are with our demo Ranger and we're down at Northampton at Pipercross. So we've known the guys, Indy and the guys at Pipercross for a good year or so now. As you know, or you might have seen on the website, we've developed the Plus panel filter for the Transporter that is obviously LV branded along with the Pipercross treatment to that filter. What we're doing today is we are down with our development Ranger to look at the Plus panel filter for it and also a full induction kit. And as Indy has just briefly told me before we pulled the truck in, it makes nice turbo flutter noises. So excited to hear that. Obviously as well, we're pairing all the Pipercross product with the race chip product from Awesome. We have now got what we call a Leighton Performance Package. So we have got a Leighton Performance Package for the T6.1 with the race chip engine, throttle box and the induction kit. And very, very shortly, hopefully after today, we will have a performance package for the 2-litre BiTurbo Ranger and Amarok with that induction kit and that race chip product. So without waffling on too much, we're going to go and get Indy, Luke and Dale, and we're going to start poking around under the bonnet of this Ranger. How much different does that feel?
Yeah, it picks up a lot nicer, there's no delay.
Yeah, it's just having that response.
It's 10 gears, it's constantly trying to make the decision, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Am I ready to go or not type thing.
Don't feel like you're working it as hard.
No. Yeah, it's much more instant on the throttle.
Makes a massive difference when you tow it.
And you've got it with the RPM gauge on there as well.
Yeah, that's just a setting in there.
Yeah. Do you have that more on for like towing and stuff like that just to see, or?
I don't know. I just feel like I need to see a rev counter.
It is weird when you just get it, isn't it? Because it's all just there.
Yeah, and it just says the speed in the middle, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, I've got it split with like all the driving data on the side.
Yeah.
And just the speed of that to the left of it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can feel the torque difference, can't you?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
That pickup is instant, isn't it? Yeah, because before it just makes a bit more. It just, like we said, it gets quite revvy. Like it revs a lot, makes a lot of noise, but doesn't actually. Yeah.
And I am actually getting probably about 4 or 5 mpg better with it.
Oh really? What were you sitting at before? I'm at like 30.4.
Well, I'm a bit better now. They've changed my entire journey to work to 50 mile an hour on the motorway.
How kind of them.
But towing a trailer now, I can get fully loaded as well with about 3 ton behind it. And get about 25 to a gallon.
It's not
and
bad, is it?
I'm getting about 33, 34 on the run to work.
Yeah. It's definitely noticeable.
So even just with that throttle box, with the engine box in normal, so just factory mode, but having that throttle box makes a massive difference in itself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's that low down. That's where it always, like I said, like it's bogged. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, noticeable.
I'm glad someone who's driven one, drives one standard.
Yeah. No, you can definitely feel it, and both parts as well, not just one or the other. You can feel both of them.
So we've just been out in the demo Ranger. We've let Luke from Pipercross, who drives a standard 2-litre wild track every day, we've let him have a go in it, partly because I wanted to see what he thought of the race chip product, which is a big thumbs up from Luke, which is awesome. From someone who daily drives one of these every day, to notice that better throttle response, more torque, and just better driving feel, that is a win. We're just about to fit the panel filter into the Ranger, take it on a quick drive, make sure everything's all right with that. And Luke's going to go into a little bit of specifics about why you should potentially have a panel filter. So yeah, we're going to get that fitted, take it out and see what the difference is.
So we recommend the first part of any sort of modification journey should be something nice and easy. For us, that is a direct replacement panel filter. In Leighton Vans' case, we've developed one of our newly designed Plus filter range of filters that we manufacture. Now this is a direct replacement for the standard OE airbox, replacing the very restrictive paper element that comes in there as standard. The Plus panel frame is very different to anything else on the market in terms of the limitations that are removed from the standard sort of mesh that you find in other filters. This, over our standard current panel filter range, gives around 30 to 40% extra airflow again. We've also changed the media up, so this is a 2-stage foam as opposed to our standard 3-stage, giving much more airflow. Not only do you get more airflow benefits from this, but it's also the service life intervals are extended because you haven't got to constantly replace it like you would do with your paper one. Washable, reusable, therefore giving you longer and increased service life. So this is the new Ranger Wild Track 2 litre BiTurbo kit we've developed for Leighton vans. It is a complete replacement of the OE airbox, removing all the very restrictive elements that we found within the intake system itself. Much like these resonance chambers which are on the OE intake pipe here. Reason for removing this out is these can potentially cause turbulent airflow points along with the corrugations in the hose, making it not very nice for airflow, trying to get into that turbo. What we want to do is remove those sort of restrictive points with nice smooth airflow, which is why we have a silicone. Nice, straight bore, smooth wall, better airflow. We encompass the filter with a full heat shield to replace the OE factory airbox. The filter itself has the MAF housing built into it with a large open cone filter. So made out of our 2-layer Triumph foam, oiled for extra protection. Doesn't cause any harm to the MAF for any of those haters out there that think that a bit of oil getting on their MAF nowadays is going to be damaging. This is very, very tried and tested. Really, there's only one thing left to do, and that's get this on the truck and go and see the performance for ourselves. That nice prolonged.
Oh, very nice.
Because it's that twin turbo, so you've got two sort of almost, as they're coming off boost, releasing pressure.
Yeah,
it carries that on. Whereas on like a single, you usually just get like a.
Yeah.
You just get that quite prolonged. Cummins diesel engine style.
See, that's the sort of noise that makes Ram makes.
Yeah.
With big induction kit he's got on.
Yeah. I imagine that's on like a massive like 100mm cone type thing.
It's
isn't it?
enormous, that thing.
Feel like it's picking up any better on the throttle with it as well?
I think it is, yeah.
Should do. I mean, with the natural increase in airflow that you'd get from it, it should naturally help. And then along with the throttle booster that you've got as well, they should almost work in harmony in that way, I'd have thought.
Yeah, so, with the race chip and.
I mean, it'll take a minute to adapt as well. So give it a chance to do some adaptation, and then.
So what's that? Is it just getting used
to? So with like the ECU, so anytime you change any part on the engine, it'll take a minute for it to sort of adapt with what it's now seeing. With the race chip box you've got, how that's working in terms of extra sort of airflow and everything else with that, how that'll adapt alongside the ECU, because it's obviously a standalone system being plugged into it and not like a complete retune.
Yeah.
When you're doing a complete retune, it would adapt fairly quick. It'd understand it's now getting a lot more air, so it might not have to try. I mean, even on a standard car, it'll realise it maybe doesn't have to now try quite so hard to make as much boost, because it's always trying to make the same power, so it's thinking it needs to make, I don't know, 0.7 bar of boost, but if it's now not having to work as hard, it'll reduce that because it doesn't have to make 0.7 bar boost to make the same power and torque it was told it was trying to make before. But like on a completely stock ECU, it'll pull back on certain factors because it's making a load more airflow, but does it need to? And that's the point where it'll be like, no, I don't. So now I'll pull back some fuel, pull back some timing to accommodate, to allow everything back in sync to be back to that sort of OE sort of power level again. So
it definitely feels more responsive.
Yeah, it should be just a bit more snappy, like just instantly on it. But
Race Plus. And it makes great noises.
Yeah, it does. There is some good whoosh noise in there. So, that's the addictive part, isn't it? The constant let off, on and off the throttle. You got a really nice throttle response now on it, and everything else. Now you're just going to be on and off, on and off.
I'm going to catch myself going up to 50 mile an hour on the motorway, just off and on.
But you sound cool whilst you're doing it.
Yeah. It's definitely just like that. Then it definitely seems to be getting on it quickly.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I mean, we've removed restriction, so therefore turbo should be able to spool easier, which would naturally result in a better throttle sort of feel instantly. That instant sort of pick up on it. And the thing with foam as well, foam with the filter gets like a really deep sound compared to like pleated.
Right. Okay.
It's just always been how it's been. I've always just noticed that. But you get like a real nice deep sort of, it's actually sucking sound, I guess, through the foam, but just the nature of the material that's being used makes it feel quite sort of. But I have to say, I'm impressed. I think with that finishes it off in terms of performance pack for this type of vehicle. I think it ticks all the boxes.
Yeah.
You know, like that increase in the throttle response makes a huge difference. I noticed.
Yeah.
The extra torque you can feel from the chip tuning box as well, the race chip box. Sorry. And then obviously then with the intake, just sort of it's always the way. Software and hardware design, they should be designed to complement each other perfectly in how they're done.
Yeah.
Like one's good and the other one's good, but you put them together and they should be great, and that's the whole point of it. They complement each other.
I think that's what we've got to now with your filters and induction kits and the race chip product.
It's a sweet spot.
It's a sweet spot. You can go a lot more, but I don't think there's any need to.
I think with diesels, you're going to have that almost extremes that wants to go crazy, but that's not the market that you're ever trying to get there. It's very different to
extra drivability, nicer driving feel, bit more power, and a better throttle response.
Yeah, exactly. I think you've nailed it with this now, and we're proud to be part of it with you as well. So
I appreciate the help from you guys. It's it's why we do what we do with EBC as well. You guys are experts on this bit. EBC are experts on the brakes, race chip are experts at what they do, and we're experts at selling it all.
Yeah, exactly. Well, putting the package together, it's like we said, it's one thing having one thing, but you've got to get it all together and make it work in harmony, and I think that's what you've got here now. So I'm certainly excited to bang it all onto mine now. So.
Right, so that is our morning at Pipercross done. So we've been here, we've brought obviously our demo Ranger down, and we've had that in the development bay, and we've basically signed off the performance panel filter for the Ranger for the 2 litre BiTurbo. That will work with the Amarok as well. Obviously we know that they're the same vehicle nowadays. And we've also finished off the development on the induction kit for the 2 litre BiTurbo Ranger and Amarok. And we've had Luke take it out stock with the race chip. We've had some feedback off Luke on how the vehicle drives with the race chip product, and then I've taken it out with the race chip obviously installed and that induction kit. And just having that induction kit gives that throttle a little bit more responsiveness over and above the race chip, so it all really works in harmony together. And a bonus, you get some awesome whooshing noises. We've also had a quick look round Pipercross's facility here. Again, I'm so proud to be working with a company that manufactures everything here in the UK. So we've just been into the unit where every single Pipercross filter starts its life, and that is here in Northampton, right across from the development bay. And that's just awesome to see. It's a great facility. I want to say a massive thank you to Indy, Dale, Luke for working with us and creating that bespoke Leighton performance filter and induction kit for the Transporter T6, T6.1, and now the Ranger an Amarok 2-litre BiTurbo. We have got an induction kit in the works for the 3-litre petrol twin turbo Raptor. That's not very far away at all. And we'll also be working with the guys at Pipercross very shortly on the new Transit and doing the exact same setup for the performance package. So if you want to book in for your performance package, or you want to come and have a drive in the Ranger that we've got with it fitted, or the Transporter that we have with the performance package fitted, please book an appointment with the office, come and have a go in it and see for yourself how much of a difference there is. The induction kits are in manufacture now. They're around 2 to 4 weeks away. So if you want one of those first run-offs of the induction kit, I recommend you get your booking in for the workshop ASAP, or we can ship it out to you and you can fit it on your drive, whichever works best for you. But yeah, absolutely chuffed with our morning down at Pipercross. It's been a great day. It's now time to head back up the motorway to Rotherham and see if I can keep my foot still rather than making lots of induction noise. Thanks, guys.